Please be aware that the following podcast may contain adult themes and adult language. Also, this is just for fun, and these are just our opinions. We're not experts, just really, really emotionally invested.
รายการต่อไปนี้
Hi, and welcome to the first official episode of That's Such BL. I'm your host, G.
And I'm your other host, E. What's the first thing on the agenda?
First thing on the agenda is, how are you? What have you been up to?
I'm good, thank you. Because of lockdown, very, very little. Mm-hmm. Just finished The Untamed. Just started... What's it called?
Lovesick?
Lovesick, yeah.
Yeah.
Just started Lovesick, which is really, really good fun. I'm doing okay, how are you?
I'm great as well. Just trying to get my life back together.
Yeah, that's a common theme.
Living in a country that doesn't seem to know what it's doing right now, so that's fun.
Yeah, love that.
Every week's a new betrayal.
True.
From our government.
Sadly.
Okay, so we have a general structure for these podcasts. One thing we really wanted to touch on were hot topics in the BL community, and that seems to be a lot of what you guys want to hear as well. So I'll be starting in this podcast with a hot topic that has just been announced, so it is hot off the press.
Very exciting.
The F4 Thailand announcement.
Surprisingly controversial.
Surprisingly, yeah. Came out of nowhere, really. We kind of thought the whole boyfriends thing might have been...
We have been speculating for weeks about that project, and then every time they added someone new, well, after 4 people, we were like, probably not going to be F4 anymore. But yeah, interesting choice of actors.
It is. So I'm going to start us off with a bit of history. So the history of F4 basically starts with the manga, which all great things usually do.
Yes.
So the manga is Boys Over Flowers, and the first kind of series to come from that manga was the Taiwanese Meteor Garden in 2001. And this just blew up. This was instantly so popular. In my notes here, I've literally put all the hair.
All things.
I think I saw a picture, and the guys have just all got amazing, big hair, between them. And they look very beautiful. And this was a big success. The boys actually released 3 albums under the name F4 before changing it, because they were asked to change it by the author of the manga, because the author did not like them using the name F4.
Oh, interesting. So was there an explanation, or it's just...
Not really. I guess the author was just kind of like, oh, that's my work. I've kind of copyrighted that, thing. So I'd rather you don't kind of release your own music under that name. So, it wasn't that big of a deal. They changed their name to JVKV, which
JVKV.
I think that's the first initial of each of their names.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that is the first version. So that was 2001. And then we move into 2005 with the Japanese Hanayori Dango.
Now that's the one that I watched.
Oh, is it? Yes. I have not seen this one.
It has been years and years and years.
So, Hanayori Dango, Boys Over Flowers, that translates to. Also, big success. This one, I think, was the one that kind of went a bit more international, obviously, because you saw it.
Yeah.
Then it was South Korea's turn. Now, this is the one that I watched. If my memory is correct, this is the first ever live action Asian drama I watched. Yes, so little baby G, when she was maybe 15 or 16, I think. I can't fully remember what age I was.
That sounds about right. For the
16
timeline.
or 17 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stumbled across this on Netflix, I believe, just randomly popping up like Netflix does, and thinking, yeah, okay, I'm not watching anything else. And I think my immediate reaction was, oh, this looks like absolute trash. I'm gonna watch it.
Like a guilty pleasure watch.
Like, I fully thought, this is gonna be so bad that I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna have so much fun watching it.
Do you remember what it was that made you think, like, this is just...
It wasn't that far into the first episode. I think she's trying to coax someone down from jumping off the roof.
Oh, as you do, just...
And there was just something about the way it was filmed or shot or something where I was like, this has no budget. And it's going to be awful. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. There was... Maybe they just had a bad day with that particular shot.
Yeah.
I forever have the name Gu Junpyo in my head for the rest of time, just purely because of how many times that girl screamed his name. But he is the main guy that Bright will be playing. So after South Korea had Boys Over Flowers 2009, then we had a bit of a gap, and it went to, yes, China 2018, Meteor Garden. Have you seen it?
I haven't, no.
You have not seen the latest one?
No, but I'm guessing that I should from your...
I mean, it was everything South Korea's Boys Over Flowers kind of missed out on. If Boys Over Flowers was great, Meteor Garden was like God tier. 100%, please watch it. Even if it's not really your thing, like if you don't really like to go too far outside of BLs. It's just such a good watch, and it's hefty. There's a lot of episodes, and it doesn't get boring at any point. There is enough conflict, enough humour in the right places. Let's get into this then. So it was announced very recently by GMMTV. They will be doing F4 Thailand. That is what they have called it. We don't know if that's a working title or if that is going to be the actual title of the series. They haven't given us much information other than the cast. So, almost a year later, from the first teaser that GMMTV gave us, actually, they've been teasing us with this for a long time. Yeah, so that is when GMMTV first announced they had basically got the rights. They have the rights to F4 or Boys Over Flowers, and they will be doing the adaptation for Thailand. And so now we finally have our cast, and that it will begin filming soon. So let's look at the cast. We have Bright and Win. Now, was this a shock to everyone? I think so.
Yeah.
They had definitely been keeping this under wraps. 100%. As we mentioned briefly, we were kind of hoping the boyfriends thing might be a bit of an indicator. Looking back on it now, it definitely wasn't.
No,
like, we should not have been thinking that. So we have Bright, and he is going to be playing our main leading man, Time. Now, in all of the adaptations, the leading man goes under many names. It depends on the country. Is the cold, kind of rich,
like aloof.
Yeah, aloof, not very nice leading man to begin with. So this is going to be Bright's character. not so far from Sarawat in terms of how he begins or how we see him initially.
Right.
So I think I saw somewhere that Bright actually really wanted to do this role. I don't know how long ago this was, but I did see a comment from someone, and he has said that this is one of his dream roles. And so I was so happy for him that he is, he's doing a dream role. And we need to support that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Because when an actor gets a dream role, it's nothing but, sunshine and rainbows. Because for an actor to actually get a dream role is a real centre point of not just their career, their life. So if this really was one of his dream roles from since whenever, if you're a fan of Bright or Brightwin, this should be great news, because more than likely he will put everything into this, and it will probably end up being one of the best performances he will give.
Yeah.
I can't say that with,
Certainty.
absolute certainty, but as an actor myself, that's what I would do. Right. If I got a dream role, you better believe that role is going to be one of the best I'm going to do.
And not just like not only a dream role, but it's this show has such a, or kind of like this story has such a legacy in kind of Asian dramas, and is really widely recognised, not only by people who've seen the live action, but people who know there's an anime adaptation of it. I think there's obviously the manga version, and to be kind of part of I don't know, just like a series that's had that longevity, that popularity. It's kind of iconic, and to be the lead, I mean, that would be so cool. I'm really pleased for him.
Oh yeah, and he gets to be in another series with his best boy.
Yeah,
they may not be boyfriends, but they're best friends.
Yeah,
and so Win will be playing as Cabin. I hope I'm saying all of these names right, but I'm guessing it's Cabin. Looking back on it, this is a better decision. But I initially thought he was going to play the second male lead. But it's better that he's not, because imagine Bright and Win battling each other for a girl.
Yeah,
I think that would make me mad.
Someone on TV was like, this is just PR disaster.
So very rightfully, Win, I think I can say he's the third male lead. Obviously they're all in F4, who are, I will say who they are if you're not familiar. But they're 4 friends. So you will have Bright as the leader of these friends, basically, and then you will have Win and Dew. It will be playing Ren. So Ren, I believe, is going to be the second male lead.
Right.
So we also have Nani. I hope I'm saying that right. Nani as MJ. As I believe it, MJ, by the looks of it, just going off the looks of it, I think MJ is going to be the 4th male lead, who is, I believe, from a gangster kind of background. I definitely remember that one of them is meant to be from a gangster background, and I think it is this character. So those are 4 boys, and they are named F4. In some versions, they are in high school, and some versions they are in university. So I don't know what they're going to do for this. Again, they haven't said much. The storyline of F4 roughly goes like this. It goes like this in most variations. So you have a new female student, whether in high school or university, takes it upon herself to put up a resistance to the school's flower boys, who are F4. It stands for flower, so Flower 4. They are the rich, handsome, and arrogant lead roles. And through events that will happen, she eventually finds herself in a love triangle with two of the members, and she has to make a choice. What are your thoughts, Steve? Do you have any thoughts on how you think they're going to proceed with this? Do you think they're going to maybe change it up in any way, or do you think there's going to be any fan service?
So I think that there's going to be, from what I can tell, a different tone. I kind of mentioned this a bit earlier, but the vibe that I get from the promo is that potentially it's going to be a little bit darker and edgier than other. I mean, the adaptation that I was familiar with, and it has been a while since I watched it, was overall a little more light-hearted. There was comedy. I don't know if that's the vibe they're going to go for in this, though, purely based on that. So, I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know. Fan service-wise, I mean,
I hope they don't.
I
really hope they don't.
I think they're going to struggle to do that given the roles that they've put Bright and Win in. I think if it was male lead, second male lead, then there would be so much opportunity for, like, angst pining, like, all of that. I can't see how they're going to find a way to do that makes sense with the characters that they've been given in this situation, but I don't know. I mean, I think in the very least there's going to be plenty of shots of them looking beautiful and smouldering, and that will be wonderful for edits and shit like that. But, you know, not with, for example, like, I'm Team E2. I've noticed already, first episode, that they're including the couples in shots together, and there's
absolutely,
which is little suggestions of things. I don't get the vibe that that's going to happen here. It's a big show, and it's definitely going to be, if they were going to put any weight behind one certain project to be like their figurehead show for the year, it would be this one, for sure. Yeah. Because it's going to draw in that BL audience that, like, GMMTV has cultivated, but also people who are just watching dramas, people who like the anime. I mean, there are so many different fans of this show from, like, all the different countries, all the different adaptations. Like, it totally makes sense for this to be, like, their piece de resistance, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so in my notes, I have asked the question, did the announcement come too soon after Still Together? I know a lot of people have opinions on that, so what are our opinions?
I mean, I get why they did it, because I guess from, like, a marketing standpoint, Together was so big. It was so popular, so well received by so many people, and then Still Together was super hyped, understandably, and I kind of get that they might feel like we need, like, it's just come out and now we're going to have another Bright Win announcement, like, right off the tails of it when people are excited and they're still interested, invested. I do understand why, particularly for people who are, like, very, very committed to their dynamic as a couple, why that might have seemed almost like a bit of a kick in the teeth.
I understand why people were upset about the timing.
Yeah.
I think maybe they could have waited a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that the series had just ended. They clearly wanted Win to release that song at the very end into a single. And that would have been a great lead up to then announcing that they're going to be an F4 who...
That's such a good point.
Who actually, in a lot of the adaptations, do most of the songs and are musical in real life.
Yeah.
I know for Meteor Garden, the F4 boys did the album for that. And like I said, the first Taiwanese one, those boys went on to form a band and tour together. So I think that would have been a great lead up into, oh, look at this. Bright and Win are very musically talented, guess what? They're going to be part of F4.
Yeah.
And that would have been a great lead up if they had timed it right. Because, I hope they do an album for this.
We know that they are musical. I'm
assuming the other two are.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the other two actors. I would have to look into that. But I'm assuming they picked 4 fairly musically talented actors so that they can do the music.
Right.
Like in previous adaptations. I feel like that's a move GMM TV would do.
Yeah, and that's something else to look forward to that maybe people don't know is coming along with the series. That like, there's going to be an album, there's going to be new music. I mean, that's always fun.
So, for those Bright Win stans out there, I don't think this is the end of What Time, by any means. I think there will be more content to come. In what form, I don't know. It might just be tiny little things like photo shoots or fan meets or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would leave such a big gap between projects for them without, content for us.
Totally. And it's way too early for them to start like properly promoting F4. That's going to come later. Mm-hmm. So I completely agree.
But we are getting another series with them, even if it's not a BL. They're in a series together, which a lot of couples don't get.
Right. Or it's years and years in between before they start acting together again. Yeah.
I'm going to finish off by saying, watch Meteor Garden on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because it might get you excited about it if you know nothing about F4. Because it's a very good series.
So you would recommend the original the Chinese 2018 Meteor Garden?
I would definitely, if you just want to know what F4 Thailand is probably going to be most like, I would say Meteor Garden 2018 on Netflix for most countries, I think. Boys Over Flowers, Netflix, in most cases as well. Now, I would like to introduce a game. We decided that for this podcast, we would talk about serious things, or fairly serious things. But we also want to have some fun, because that's what life's all about, and we just really deserve a bit of fun. And we deserve a bit of fun, especially in the climate we're in now.
That's right.
So let's be a bit silly and play a game. This game I'm going to call BL Pitch. So the idea of this game is that me and Dee are going to be given prompts. These prompts could be anything really for us to pitch a brand new BL series. And we're going to pitch these BL series in about a minute. We're going to think of what we can do with this prompt. And after a minute, whatever we have, we're going to pitch to our guest judge. And our guest judge is going to decide which one should be the winner. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest judgy.
Yeah, so this is T.
Hi.
T is my fiancé.
I am.
Long suffering.
Very much so.
And also a fan of BL.
Yeah. So T, why don't you give us a little bit of background on your interests, when your interest with BL started, just let us know about yourself.
It's like therapy all over again. So I got into BL as a young teen, but this is a kind of really interesting genre, I guess. And I just have an interest in it. I like LGBT stories, and it seems like this is where the good stuff's at.
And do you have a favourite Thai BL? We've said ours, so
that's a good question. One of my favourites has been the first series of Together With Me, but that is because one of my favourite tropes is the best friends to lovers sort of trope. But I mean, I also really, really like Sotus. I think Sotus was great and kind of gave us a glimpse into Thai culture, and so that was really cool. But yeah.
So what you're going to be doing as our guest judge. Thank you for doing this, by the way.
No problem.
We know you have a busy schedule.
Yep.
So you're going to be giving each of us a prompt. Now, this could be, it could be an actor, it could be a BL trope. You could just give us a word and we would have to create a pitch for you.
Okay.
As if you were GMMTV or Wabi Sabi and we are pitching you our brand new BL series idea.
Okay.
So, what do you have for us?
Well, when you asked me to come up with these sort of prompts, I instantly thought, okay, well, what are my favourite tropes? And this will make you laugh because I talk about it nearly all the time. But the prompt I'm going to give you today is just criminals.
Okay.
Criminals.
Cheese face. I wish you could see.
You know me, I like me, some bad boys. Some bad boys. Break the law, boys. Going to jail, boys. So I want you to write me a BL about criminals. Now I'm interested in who you're going to pick, and I'm interested in your storylines you're going to throw at me. So yeah, go ahead, criminals, bad boys, baby, bad boys too.
We are allowed to take notes, but for the next minute, we are going to be furiously thinking of a brand new BL to pitch to Judge T. So, without further ado, here is our minute. Oh, let's do this.
รายการต่อไปนี้
Alright, so we're back. A minute has passed. Absolutely 1 minute. 60 seconds.
It wasn't.
A minute has passed. So,
It wasn't too long.
what have you all got for me?
Who do you want to hear from first?
I'm gonna leave yours till last, E, because I feel like you are absolutely gonna pander to what I love best, so let's see what G comes up with first.
I've tried not to pander too much because I
You
wanna,
never
I
do,
wanna
you never
I want to treat you with respect, Judge. I don't want to pander to you.
Well,
okay?
as you know, respect means nothing to me. So let's just see how that goes.
All right,
So
you
hit
ready?
me. Yeah, go ahead.
right. So we have, in their latest series, reunited as a couple again. Off Gun.
Off Gun.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. Alright.
So we have Off. He's 24. He's a self-made millionaire tech tycoon. But he's an orphan. We don't have a lot of good BL parents anyway. We have
That's
some.
true.
We have some good
That's
BL
true.
parents.
I mean, it would make all BL series that much shorter if there wasn't like 4 obnoxious episodes of someone's dad being like, "Fuck you." So I should maybe Okay, so he's
So,
an orphan.
right.
Cool.
He's an orphan. That's just the tragic side of him. He needs a tragic side.
Of course.
You know? He can't be a happy millionaire.
No, sorry.
He can't be a happy
God
millionaire.
Not
forbid.
in this world.
And then we have Gunn. He's a broke university graduate who has debts to pay to the mafia.
Okay, alright, we're
Okay.
going down this road, alright.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So, in the first episode, maybe the second episode, we don't know, Off saves Gunn from some gangsters chasing him for the money he owes.
Okay.
And he eventually hires him as a PA for his company to earn the money that he needs.
Okay.
There's a catch.
Okay.
Catch.
Let's hear the catch.
Off has an estranged, identical twin brother who turns up halfway through the series after discovering his twin brother is a millionaire.
Another orphan?
So time goes on, but Gunn's world is thrown into turmoil as the brother declares his love for him, yet the brother he really has feelings for, the millionaire, remains distant. And then suddenly, it's discovered the brother is secretly working as a spy for the mafia.
Oh, so he's Mafia Boy. Okay, alright.
And that's all I have to say.
I have a question before we launch into anything else.
Yes.
How clean of a millionaire is our guy? Like, is he like, because, you know, late stage capitalism, we don't fuck with that. Is he like, is he a philanthropist? honest, or is he kind of like...
he's clean. He doesn't have ties to...
Well, is he clean if he's a millionaire?
Well, he's self-made. He's started from the bottom, now he's here. You know, that kind of thing.
All right, fair
He
enough.
didn't do anything dodgy. He's quite a clean person,
okay.
but obviously he has now got people in his life.
I have a second question. Is Off playing both?
That was my question.
We got 2 offs, babies.
See,
come on.
come on. That definitely wins some points because I do think that would be very funny.
Yeah.
And B, very funny.
And
So,
people would love that.
I think people would. I would like that. I would like that. I want E now to give me her pitch, and then I think we're going to open the forum.
What I'm going to need you to do is to world build with me, because I have a collection of thoughts. It's not necessarily linear, and I'm going to take you on a journey.
You do realise this is a pitch, right?
But it's a let's just dream together. Okay.
All right, let's go.
You're losing me.
All right. Okay. So starring Mew and
Okay.
Tay.
Tay is Pete.
It's
Yeah.
new.
Peter Battle Boys.
Pete Bad Boys.
Yeah,
Peter Battle Boys. Okay.
Tay Mew. Have they been in something together?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So Tay is the heir to like a crime syndicate family.
All right, cool.
Okay, he's gonna inherit the whole thing, but he's still a bit young. He's a little bit of a playboy. He's not really he's not got that dedication, the loyalty to the family. Mew with an M. He was brought in as a child as a waif and stray, and he is like loyal to the cause. Okay, so they've grown up together. They're friends.
Okay.
All right. not as in like raised together stepbrother situation.
Yeah.
They're friends.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like that's a very important point.
It's an important distinction because it does happen.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Okay.
We don't fuck with that kind of
So they grew up together. They're friends. They care for each other deeply, but there is tension.
tension.
We're just gonna put that out there. Okay. So this the vibe of this is like Ocean's 8, 11, 12, 10. Okay.
Okay. Just wait.
So you lost
Okay.
me.
Wait, no, hang on, wait.
Oh my god.
Have you actually seen those films?
I've seen the one with the women in it.
Okay, so you haven't seen those films.
Okay, no, my vibe is there's going to be a heist. Look, I'm bending the rules a bit. Crime syndicate family, sometimes they do heists because they need the money. I don't know. Anyway, so
Climb into that little clown car.
Mew is dedicated. He does stuff. Tay, he needs a project. He needs to earn the respect to show that he can inherit the responsibility. So, Tay's dad, Mr. Crime, is like, you're going to go do a heist together. Is a big okay. So the whole vibe of this is that they're going to be doing disguises together and like getting intel. They get to dress up, and there'll be tension from that. There'll be life or death situations. Maybe one of them's going to have to save the other one. I'm going to introduce some of the supporting cast to you. So, Gunsmile, he's the best friend figure. He's also loyal to the family. He's like a Mercutio kind of figure, right? He's in love with Tay, but he it's not reciprocated, and he tragically dies in episode 11 to protect them.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, yeah, but there's got to be some tragedy, otherwise, what's the stakes? There's 12 episodes. The last episode is the actual full like heist scene. It's going to be extra long. The CEO of wherever they're going to steal diamonds from, because that's what I've decided the heist is going to be played by Fighter's dad from YIU.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's meant to be shitty, okay? So, Mild, he's going to be, so part of the drama is that Mild is a cop. He's techno.
Oh, right.
Who's trying to, get to the bottom of this crime syndicate shit. He's approaching Mew, and he's like...
Wait, Mild is a cop?
Mild is a cop.
Oh, fucking ACAB!
Okay, but listen. So he's approaching Mew, and he's like, listen, you need to, like, give me dirt on this family. And he's like, oh, I don't think I should do it, but, like, I kind of need a way out of the crime life. That's the thing. I've got Saint. He's going to have a cameo as fuckboy prince heir to rival crime family. There is sexual tension with Tay, but, like, nothing happens there. He's just there to kind of swan about a bit in some fancy clothes. Sammy is also going to be in it. She's quite important. She's just going to be the lady version of Mew. It's going to be maybe a comedy in parts, because it's a Thai BL, and we've got to have some comedic humour. Maybe someone's going to slip over when they're like jumping over some wires or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, eventually, they do the heist. It goes well. They deliver the diamonds to the mob boss. And it turns out, actually, the fighter's dad, he was the CEO of the diamonds. He's the corrupt one. So Mild catches him instead. And Tay and Mew get away with a little bit of the heist money because someone miscalculated. And they go live on an island. And Savvy is the one who inherits. She takes over the crime syndicate. And the theme song is going to be a slowed down, pitched down Thai version of Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Because that hasn't been done before.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, I didn't realise it was going to come under such scrutiny.
I'm making notes. You didn't take any notes while I was doing my pitch. I don't think you're taking this seriously.
You had the benefit of going first, so I'm just like, I'm just, I don't need to take notes.
Okay.
I've got some organic ideas.
Right, are we done with the pitches?
We're done with the pitches.
Okay. Do you want to start with me? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough drama and tension in yours. I don't think the stakes are high enough. But I don't. But I want to know what's your episode 11 trauma like?
I don't. It's okay. I'm going to throw this into the ring. I don't like the episode 11 trauma.
Oh my god.
I would prefer a series without an episode 11 trauma. I'm just putting it out there.
I haven't thought that far ahead. I've just got a basic skeleton. You know, there's going to be conflict, but
I mean, I just don't think it's that not knowing what the conflict is strong enough for an elevator pitch.
You have an estranged brother who is a spy for the mafia, who is also in love with this guy's PA, but the PA is in love with the other brother. So you have that.
I mean, there's a little bit of conflict there.
But then you also have the storyline of the mafia trying to get Gun, you know?
Well, yeah.
And that's going to be high stakes eventually.
Alright, I'm going to say there's not...
Maybe they'll burn his big mansion down, you know? Maybe that'll
Oh no, not his big mansion!
Rip. Alright. Alright, I'm ready to accept my criticism. I know it's coming. Come on, hit me.
Here we go.
Oh god.
So, all these actors, all these fabulous actors...
Yes, great cast.
Cross companies. You have Mew and Mild from Line.
Yeah.
And then you have all these actors from GMM-TV. How's that going to work? Who's going to actually be behind the series?
It's going to be... you know how, like, film companies, they collaborate and you have a number of people who are involved in different productions.
So this is going to be a Line TV, GMM-TV collab?
Yeah, it's going to be the one to bring them all together. I mean, why wouldn't you?
So you're planning on this being like a game changer?
Oh, it's huge! Did you not hear me when I said Ocean 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? I mean, it's going to have a budget.
Oh, okay, cool. Saint.
Yeah.
You're just going to give him a bit part again?
No.
You don't think people are upset about that as it is?
I would like...
He's got a bit part in his own series.
I would like to specify it's going to be a cameo, not a bit part. It's going to have a significant number of scenes, and they are going to be spicy enough that people are going to be like, that's all we need.
Do you not think it's too many big actors in one series?
Well, I mean, tell that to I'm TV too.
Yeah, but that's not BL. And it's contained. They're all living in a house, and that's basically the storyline.
You know, I'd have to say, I think that there's lots of BL series that have massive casts that do okay, and people handle it. So I'm going to have to say, the more the merrier. I just want more actors. I would cast more people in this if I could.
There's such thing as too much.
Well, I have to disagree.
You mentioned that a lot of it is just going to be intel gathering. Yeah, like, come on.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
That sounds boring.
Okay, so they're going to have to meet different people. They're going to have to go undercover. They might be at casinos. They might be other places. Listen. It's a skeleton. I haven't got all the details fleshed out yet, but it's going to be a variety of scenarios that put them in the opportunity where they have to work together, get closer, maybe be in disguises. I think that's just fun.
You haven't actually told us much about the actual romance.
Well, the romance is the foundation is already there. They've grown up together, this tension. But through initially being stressed out from working together because Mew's very dedicated and he's doing a good job and like Tay doesn't really know what he's doing. They grow, they see that the other is trying hard, they understand each other's motivations more, and they're pushed into comical situations through disguises, etc., that make them like it becomes a thing. I feel like you've played it safe with Off and Gun. I think you're a little bit. I'm going to say storyline. I actually like it, but I feel like maybe are you relying on their popularity as a couple? Why have you not gone for a more interesting choice?
This is what the people want. They want more Off Gun. You know, it's been too long. This is what they need. They need Off Gun and also Off. Like, what's not
Off Gun and also Off.
What's not to love about life?
I actually can't rebut that. That is really true.
To be honest, I actually do agree with you. Like, I do think that is quite a safe choice. Not a bad choice necessarily, but a fairly safe choice. Now, I do like the idea of mixing stuff up. Do I think that Mew and Tay would make a good couple? I don't know. I don't know.
Himbos.
You are, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. That would be like the one plus. However, I don't know if that's necessarily going to work. It's my final judgment here. I am going to go with Jizo.
Shit.
And here's why.
Okay.
Whilst I love this idea of like a crime family, and I also love the idea of kind of having a very loyal best friend, he's kind of a bit of an outsider as well, and I think Mew would make a really good character for that, and I think that would actually give Tay an opportunity to show us a different side to his kind of persona. I think that the cast is going to get a bit muddled. I don't want to really focus on seeing all these cameos. I'd rather just find out about their story. Also, the criminals, the criminal syndicate who rob diamond banks, I think I would find that too ridiculous. I think I would lose interest quite quickly, unfortunately. Even though that the Off Gun series is maybe it's a bit predictable and it's maybe a little bit playing by typecast, I really like the idea of Off playing two characters. Also, like, he is his own love rival, which I find really, really funny. And I think they would do some really, really fun stuff with that. And I think Gun playing off two versions of Off would be really, really good. And also, you know, we do have we do have some like mafia stuff in there, but it's not going to get too bogged down in kind of like politics. It's just going to be there to be a thing. Also, I like the spy idea. I like the brother being the spy. I think that's fun, and I think that could be a nice little reveal at the at like the midpoint, and there could be clues that we could see. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jizo, unfortunately.
I mean, I do have to say that twin offs is a stroke of genius.
Yeah, that's really
and
fun.
As soon as you said that, I was like, I am not gonna win.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I need to have something like twist, some kind of twist in here that T's gonna love. And I just thought, let's do the old
switcheroo,
the old identical twins.
Yeah,
long lost brother.
That's really fun.
Everyone
Also,
loves that.
I would love to see them try and do a fight scene between them and see the body doubles and stuff like that. That would be really good.
So we're gonna wrap this up now. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Very fun.
It was good.
We will definitely do more of these games as part of our podcast.
Yeah, if you have any ideas, if you want to submit any suggestions, let us know. Also, I think we're going to throw up voting in stories, or so let us know whose idea you like better. But thank you for sticking with it.
So we also run Thai BL memes over on Instagram, and our podcast-specific account is That's Such BL Podcast, where you can follow us for updates and extra content. So you'll be able to listen to future episodes on our Instagram, That's Such BL Podcast, on IGTV, or you'll be able to find it on any major podcast platform like Apple Music, Spotify, or just the podcast app that you use. Thanks so much for listening.